Hi, I'm Janet Sy, and I want to welcome you once again to Tuesday's Manna, where I'm reading from the book that I wrote, No Time for the Gospel. God hears and God answers. There are times when the gift of healing does not seem to be evident in our lives. We feel our faith is strong enough and that our connection to the Lord is secure, yet our prayers still are not answered. Consider the story of the boy that had an unclean spirit, Mark 9. The father said, I spoke with your disciples and asked them to cast out the dumb spirit, but they could not. Jesus listened as the man described his son's childhood. The man finished by saying, If you can do anything, take pity on us and help us. It's interesting that when the Father went to the disciples, he straightforward asked them to cast out the spirit. But when he goes to the source of answered prayers, he says, if you can. No wonder Jesus stated, if I can. Everything is possible to him who believes. Immediately, the man cried out, Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief. So, what was the problem? The disciples had this same question. They asked Jesus why they could not cast the demon out. Jesus answered them that this kind of healing could only come forth by prayer and fasting. When you are dealing with something that you feel confident God is listening to, and yet there is no answer, it may be that this kind comes but by prayer and fasting. The Bible tells us that the prayer of a righteous man is powerful and effective. James 5:16. You have heard the Bible say, you have not because you ask not. James 4:13. You ask, but seemingly God is not listening. When there are times like this, I want to remind you of someone else who may have felt the same way when he really needed God, but it seemed God was not listening. Daniel had a vision that placed him in a state of mourning for 3 weeks. The vision was of such that he had no strength or vigor. The Bible says he was not even able to eat pleasant food. Finally, an angel was sent to him who assured him that from the first day Daniel prayed, that God heard his prayers. It took 3 weeks for Daniel's prayer to be answered. The delay was possibly due to spiritual warfare. Every unanswered prayer is not of demonic origin. Whether it takes a few seconds or 20 years, God is faithful. Your prayers are heard and will be answered. The relevant scriptures are Mark 9:14-29 and Daniel 10:1-14. Thank you for joining me today, and don't forget to like this video.